Hey, this is David Naughton, and you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com.
Welcome to the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head. I'm Nasty Neil.
That would make me terrible, Troy.
Yes, and joining us are the stars of the Greasy Strangler. We have Sky Elobar.
Yay!
Bullshit artist.
I was hoping for that.
He's full of horse shit.
And Michael St. Michaels.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Excellent.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome to the show. And
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Not just because you guys are on. If people listen to the show, ever since I heard of the Greasy Strangler, like the name alone, I was like hooked. Like, this sounds amazing. And then the poster, then the trailer comes out, and usually I'm let down by the time the movie comes out after all that. But everything lived up to expectations. I love everything about the Greasy Strangler. So,
well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Have you seen your psychiatrist lately?
So, as soon as I heard the name, The Greasy Strangler, I was like, that sounds like it's a movie for me. I also know, like, when Sky and Michael, when you saw the script, or even just when you heard the name, what did you guys think?
I thought, hey, somebody wants to hire me. Damn, they must be desperate.
How about
I was scared shitless when I read this script.
That's why I never read scripts. I have enough trouble just trying to read my parts.
Yeah, just maintain a groove in life,
Yeah, really. No, it's called a rut.
So, what was it about that scared you? The script itself, or that you'd have to act this out?
That it was so different.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much different than anything else you read in Hollywood. Scripts are so crafted here, and they're so kind of, contrived. Everything's so contrived. And this shocked me. It was like so uncontrived. It was so brilliant and so different and so fresh. It was shocking.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's what it was. I mean, it's like everything is a goddamn remake. Even movies that flopped in the 40s and 50s get remade.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just don't understand why. They were shit the first time, and they're still shit. And there's something original going on out there, and nobody wants to have anything to do with it. Except, thankfully, Spectrovision did. I mean, damn. Those guys got guts.
Yeah, thank God for Spectrovision, man, and Rook Films and Timpson and all those guys for having the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To say, hey, we're going to do this. Jim, full reign on this thing, on who's plays in it and who everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jim can work any other way.
Yeah.
I'm really bummed that I didn't get to be in the one he just finished. You were. How was it?
Oh my God, it was phenomenal.
No, what movie is this?
Phenomenal.
What movie is
We're
this?
here to talk about the Greasy Strangler.
We are, but
Yes.
we can mention it. That's fine. But by the way, people don't know. You talk about the director Jim Hosking, and now
Yes.
Sky.
A genius.
Yes, Sky worked with him before in Renegades. How did you get to know Michael? How did you get involved in the movie?
I got to know him. Michael, go ahead.
No, you can go.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
I mean, I read. Actually, I read a couple pieces from the script that he just finished shooting, and never heard anything. And about a year or so later, somebody called me up, a friend of mine, and said they're looking for you. And apparently they'd lost touch with me because I am retired. And I went in and I read for it, and they said, hey, do you mind doing nudity? And I said, well, I don't have to, as long as I don't have to watch it, fine. Because I'm an actor, and we're tools of the director, and it's how he uses us that makes us look good. And he certainly did.
Now, Sky, you started there. How did you come into contact with Jim?
There's a casting director who primarily does commercial casting down in Santa Monica, and I had gone out for a lot of commercials with her, and she had started a professional relationship with Jim, and was working on his like short films and his film ideas. And she brought me in and said, and introduced me to Jim and said, I think you guys, be good for each other. And I started auditioning for his film projects back in 2008 or 9. 2008. And from the get-go, it was just totally different. And I had never worked with a British director before, and I just thought, oh, wow, Brits are really think how we think. So it was a good match. I really liked his approach, his writing, everything, the scenes. We just hit it.
We're actually having some. You're cutting up on us, Guy. Everything was perfect before we went live. Now your audio's cutting up on us.
The nerve. How's mine doing?
Excellent, actually.
Filming this thing was a massive clusterfuck.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Sky. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just stay in this position then.
All right. Sorry about that.
Don't move a muscle.
I mean, it's like every location we had either really horrendous sewage odors, trucks, airplanes, everything in the world that would keep us from getting anything done.
Yeah, I forgot about all that stuff.
Oh, God. I didn't. I remember, I thought, hey, beautiful beach, all this, and we do this one scene, and I realized, we're half a mile north of LAX on the beach.
Yeah, that's tough.
You meant the sewage, and I think it was in the commentary track. You said about like when you're in the car wash, like you couldn't actually like go through it yourself because like there was like sewage in the water.
They recycle the water,
yeah.
So you don't really know what's in it. They because I was going to go through it. I said, I just said, hey, let me do this once with like a crash helmet and a wetsuit to see what it's like before I actually do it. But they ended up not being able to spray the water on us at all, so I didn't need the wetsuit or the crash helmet. I did like getting whipped by those whatever the hell they call those things that wipe everything off. That was fun. And those brushes, they're great, especially you can get them right in your underarm there. I kind
of. Those were my favorite shots. I love those shots.
Well, which is I'm sorry you cut up again.
I cut off?
Oh, I hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep. Hear you good.
No.
So, yeah.
So,
what were we talking about?
in the car wash.
Walking through the car wash.
Yeah, the car wash was rough because those brushes were real. They were reeling on, and when they whacked you good.
No,
they got to get all that contaminated water off your vehicle.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they do a good job of it, too. I take my car to the car wash all the time.
Excellent. No, Sky, earlier when you were cutting up there, but you're talking about, meeting Jim. Now, did he have the role, like, did he have you in mind for the role as for Big Brayden?
I think he did. And he had somebody else in mind for the role of Big Ronnie, and that guy kind of crapped out. And then they looked for Big Ronnie. And that's when I had to go back into casting, so they had to pair me up with somebody. and they found Michael, and we were a perfect pair, they thought.
Yeah. Did you guys feel like you had good chemistry right away?
I think we had good chemistry.
I thought it took a while to develop. Because I am a totally different type of an actor than Sky. Sky is very precise, very on. He knows what he's doing. He's there. He's on. I'm a flake. I told Jim when he hired me, I am a can of worms, and it didn't seem to bother him. Thank God.
Well, he wanted you to do his new picture too, so he liked you.
I know, and I was just really, that hurt. Well, literally, but I mean,
I was bummed.
Not as much as I am.
But what happened there?
I was gonna drive up, because they shot it in Eureka. And I was going to spend a weekend with some friends in San Francisco, get a few cases of booze from them, and go up, do the thing, and cruise around, because I like that area around Eureka. It's incredible. And then I was going to slowly drive down the coast and have sort of a vacation and drop in on people.
Yeah.
And, but I decided to slip, have a concussion, and go to the hospital instead.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just what I need.
Are you okay now?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Right.
These concussions.
I haven't actually been okay for years, but I'm ready.
They creep up on you again, too, those concussions.
Yeah, I know. I've done it before. But, no, I just... God, I mean, the Greasy Strangler has done more for me than my entire career. Like I said, I retired. I can get a pension from the Screen Actors Guild, and since then I've been getting actually better jobs.
Yeah, well, that's good news. Yeah,
I know somebody flew me out to Florida for a few days to work on this thing called Fingers. I've done a couple shorts in downtown LA, and now I'm a cartoon voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It'll be out, and it's supposed to come out in around Thanksgiving.
Wow. You got a great voice, Michael.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. But that was a great job. I wouldn't mind doing more of those. I'm supposed to go back to Chattanooga and do something for somebody there for a few days too, somewhere around the end of the month, but I don't know when. I have people now. I never had people. Well, I had an agent for a while. That was great. Kept me off the streets for 5 years. Then he became a drug addict. And I have a tendency to drive people to that, I guess. And I don't know. And now I have a publicist / semi-manager.
You're moving up in the world thanks to the Greasy Strangler. And
no shit, man. Yeah. I mean, God bless Jim.
No, what about your love interest of both Sky and Michael, Elizabeth, in the movie? What was it like to work with her?
She was the best to work with. Of everybody on the thing, I thought she was actually the best of us. She knew what she was going to do, and she was incredibly easy and encouraging to work with. I mean, it's not often you get to find somebody that's that sharing with their emotions when you're working with them.
And what about Sky? Because you definitely have a lot of awkward scenes together.
What?
Working with Elizabeth.
It was good, man. It's I like working with everyone. I don't know. There were awkward scenes, no question about it. And Jim always puts you in awkward scenes and awkward clothes and awkward hair and awkward glasses and the movie I just did with him, he changed my look. You won't even recognize me when you see me in this new movie.
Uh-huh.
It's just, that's Jim.
Mm-hmm. So along those lines, what's like the process of like getting a fake penis put on? Like, how long does that take, and like how many people are involved?
This is the prosthetic implementer.
Okay.
She was amazing.
I don't.
It was really weird for me because I'd never done anything like that before.
I don't know what Michael's process is. It probably was different from mine because I wasn't there when he was getting it on. No pun intended.
Yeah, actually, I think that's the reason I got the part because, I used the money that I made from the film to get a penis reduction so that I quit sending all those people to the hospital. I mean, it's like you would like to see a woman again a second time, but it was to the point where, they were usually hemorrhaging and it was terrible.
Neil.
Yes.
Getting anything glued into your groin is no fun. Period.
I can believe that.
That's always been one of my mottos. Yeah.
And then the string that went around and came up the back of your ass and into your butt crack like dental floss.
Uh-huh.
And then they glued that onto your back.
Uh-huh. I would think actually removing the glue would be the worst part.
It
is.
None of it's fun. None of it's fun.
No, I mean, it burns when they're putting it on.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, sticking your junk in a sock and then having it glued on. But the sock is made out of a rubbery thing that is... it's weird.
Sky, did you keep your prosthetic?
They wouldn't let us.
Oh, really? Were they like
I
giving
have
away?
mine.
Oh.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
They wouldn't let you keep anything. I wanted to keep the greasy suit. They wouldn't let me.
Yeah, I love the greasy suits. Those were awesome looking.
Yeah. I like it when we were at Sundance, and wasn't it Ant who put that thing on?
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
Michael and I are doing a convention in South Carolina in March 24th, 25th, 26th, I believe.
Yeah, Mad Monster, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they want us to bring our pink suits out and wear them while we're signing autographs.
Oh, that'd be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us keep that, though.
Oh,
Who
really?
knows? Do they still have those? You talked to Jim about that?
I mean, after, when we started screening the film before it was actually released, Tim League wore it a couple times with somebody else. They have them.
Yeah. I should get all of Jim, see if he'll loan them to us.
I am. I'm going to be at South by Southwest March 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Are you playing music there, or?
No,
Pardon?
I got a film there.
Oh, awesome. Because I have a guest coming up who was playing music there, so
that's good, man.
Yeah.
It's a great place to play.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the thing in Empire Magazine where Andrew's soundtrack is up for an award?
Plus, our movie's up for an award, too.
Oh, wow.
Best comedy.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Empire Online.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the music, when you saw the finished film and you get to hear the music and see it edited and everything together for the first time, what did you think of the finished movie?
I thought it was great. I thought it blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch myself for a while. I mean, I was appalled. I have a much better vision in my mind of what I look like, and I was I got used to it. I mean, but oh my God, I remember when we were doing the Q&A after, and I'm sitting there like a deer in the headlights, and I remember somebody get that microphone away from him.
You were just starting to get your shtick together. Now you have it together.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we got to practice a bunch of times because, like I said, I really can't watch myself when I first see me. I realized that back in the 80s when I started actually seeing myself. And, you know, the only thing I thought was, well, I look much better flat than I do in 3 dimensions, so I've decided to become a movie star at that point. And, but the work I didn't quite relate to. That took me, well, I mean, I could see that stuff now, and actually it's not bad at the time. And the same with this, although I got over it a lot faster. Because I realized, God, I've been doing this for like 30-something years. I must know something, or they wouldn't keep hiring me.
Right.
So you said you're going to wear the pink suits together for Mad Monster?
Well, if we can.
Mm-hmm.
Get them to mail them out, and we'll put them on.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite wardrobe from the movie? And does anything you wear in the movie match anything you'd wear like in real life?
Nothing. I would not wear any of it.
Well, I'd wear that gray and black striped thing. Yeah, I mean, you know, the disco suit, I probably would wear that too. I don't know. I like the color.
You'd be arrested too with that disco
Well,
suit.
yeah, but, you know, it's all about the press. No publicity is bad publicity. Somebody said that. I don't know. I think they're full of shit.
So none of it. What was your favorite one though that you think seen in the movie that you thought was like the most fun?
Well, like I said, I like that black and gray kind of pajama, jammy looking thing that I wore. It was actually pretty comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most comfortable of the 3 outfits I had.
I didn't feel comfortable at all in any of that clothing. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
Oh, actually, I like the jacket that the detective wore, Jody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think of all the clothes there, I used to almost dress like that in the 70s, I think.
Yeah, but everybody else did too.
Well, yeah, but, you know.
Did you have a favorite one for the movie, Sky? Like when you're watching, you think, well, it might not have been fun to wear, but like it really works in the scene, and this is what I like.
Well, my disco outfit really worked.
I mean, our outfits were walking around. I think they're hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say they're the best, the funniest, and the most comfortable. They were stretchy pants and turtlenecks, and I thought that was it.
Mm-hmm. Did either of you have to do any manscaping before doing the movie, or was pretty much as is?
Before we had to like trim it down so they could glue those prosthetics on it.
Yeah,
I had to shave. They offered to take me out to get me waxed or get somebody else to shave me, and I thought I'd try it. And it was pretty traumatic, actually, because I've never done that before. And I'm calling up because, you know, I nicked the hell out of myself. I think I was, I just, you know, I was lots of nicks. My balls were bleeding for that movie. God. And I ended up calling him up that night saying, I don't know if this is going to work out too well.
You were having a rough time, Michael.
I did. I mean, you know, I came on there. I was sick. I was exhausted. And by the end of it, I was even more exhausted.
Making movies, man, I'm telling you, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's like the Army, except you can go home after. And I liked the Army when I was there. I mean, I had a tank. I got to blow shit up, and
That's gonna make
and that's
it
always
better.
fun when you're a kid.
I liked it too when I was a Navy SEAL.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Really?
you got to do that.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
We all bought it.
Yeah, I was buying it.
I would. I mean, hey, as you are a rather amazing person, and it wouldn't surprise me if that had happened with you.
It's never too late.
I couldn't take that much torture.
You both kind of have your own seductive eating scenes. Sky with the sausage and Michael with the grapefruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how much of how much of that's like in the script and directed, and just kind of just you yourself putting your own spin on it?
Yeah, the eating is not in the script, like the direction.
Mm-hmm.
It just happened that way. Just going through the scene and doing things, and Jim would say, "Okay, put the sausage in your mouth." Okay.
He just said, "Here, that is a grapefruit," and you're talking to Liz. So, yeah, I just decided to kind of see if I could give my grapefruit an orgasm. I liked it. That cherry was good too.
That
was hilarious.
It was. It was a pretty awesome scene. Well, what's like the grease made out of in different scenes in the movie?
It's mostly this slime called Ultra Ice, which is actually
methocellulose.
Well, yeah, but the shit all over my hair and everywhere else was Ultra Ice, and that stuff was horrible. It was like, that will give you frostbite in the Sahara in the summer.
Wow.
It's got so much menthol in it. And by the time I get home, it would take me like 2.5 hours to get it out of my hair. I'd be sitting in a bathtub just trying to get it resaturated so I can get rid of it. That was fun, yeah, because then I'd have to learn my lines for the next day.
Dude, if I would have known that, I would have negotiated a better deal.
Well, by the end of it, I had showers, and we had the trailer and all that other junk by the end of it. But yeah, I mean, it was an ultra low budget movie, so it started out with nothing, and they weren't going to spend any more on anything. They didn't have to because they don't have much money, and they got to make it all happen. But so you got to spend what you got to spend when things become absolutely necessary. And it became obvious after a few days that it was obvious that this shit was needed. So it happened, So I said it's like the Army, because you go out there, you don't know what the hell's going to happen, and suddenly it's happening, and you get more and more support as you go along, or you die.
Do you have any memories of putting that on, Sky?
The methocellulose stuff was horrible because they had buckets of it, and they just pretty much like slathered it on you. You got lathered with methocellulose until it filled in everything, and then they took that Ultra Ice that Michael was talking about, and then that gave it the glistening, greasy look. And applying it and getting it off was just horrible. It just felt so horrible. It was murder, dude. I'm telling you. Being in the suit was murder because the suit was 2 sizes too small for me. They made a mistake in making the suit. So it took longer to get in the suit and longer to get out of it.
Well, it was never quick and easy to get in and out of it. I think my record or personal best time with 2 people was maybe 25 minutes to get into the suit, and that was before makeup or anything. But
so, like the kind of near the end when you guys are running around in the woods together with the suits on, like how long did that take?
We were there for a day.
Oh, really?
We were
Yeah.
running around literally for a whole day. And Michael, at the end, I'd never seen anybody so freaking tired. He was
Hey, well, I'm an old
exhausted.
fart.
No. It was in the Angeles forest, and it was a hot day. It wasn't like a 70-degree day. It was hot up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until the sun went down.
Yeah. And then it got freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Man, I'll tell you.
We were shivering when we came up with those spears at that scene where we're poking our spears at the camera. That we're on this steep cliff. Thinking, oh,
That
fuck,
was
I'm
the
going to
last
fall
day.
off this
That
sucker.
was the last day we were in the suit. The thing about that was they said, Sky, this is the last day you're going to be in this suit, so don't worry about it. And that was it.
Yeah, for you.
For you. But
Yeah.
Michael had to do more in that suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that suit and I got quite well acquainted.
Mm-hmm.
And they got modified as we were going along, too, because, you know...
Mine ripped out the back.
They had to slice a little thing so I could go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
because,
right.
You know, when you're in that thing for 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah.
And,
That must be weird, too, just even going to the bathroom with the suit on.
oh, yeah, it is.
Well, if you had to do it all over again, would you do it?
Yeah, actually, I would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I say now, but if it comes up, I don't know.
Greasy too.
Electric Boogaloo. But yeah, the people have been asking on the Facebook, is there any plans to ever do a sequel? And if so, would you guys want to be involved?
Well, I don't know where they'd go with a sequel to that. I know Ant was telling me there were like 15 versions of it one day, and I was thinking, well, if they did a sequel, they can kill me off at the second episode, and then Sky can inherit my dick.
Get the living will right here.
Yeah, it's sort of, because I really felt sorry for the guy. I mean, he's my son, and I'm trying to get him to grow up hair, and what's he going to do with it?
Hey, Neil.
Uh-huh.
Yes. This thing is getting more and more and more popular. When I was...
Uh-oh. We lost you.
What's that?
No, yeah, I hear you now. Sorry. You said this was getting more and more popular, then I'm not sure what you said after that.
When I was up in Eureka, I was spending some time in the wine bar. They had a place called the Wine Spot close to the hotel. And one of the guys that worked there said to the guy that I had met, he said he had to meet me because he loved the Greasy Strangler.
That's awesome.
And a lot of people were talking about the Greasy Strangler.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing is going to pick up momentum more and more and more. And, that could mean a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've noticed already. I mean, I've been talking about the movie for a while, and, and some of our fans are, who watch a lot of weird stuff. But I noticed actually once it got on Amazon that a lot more people started talking about it, just on my Facebook. So. Yeah.
I know. I was blown away when I was at the market and people wanted to take selfies with me.
That's all too cool.
Yeah, and
it takes you back a little, but
yeah. And I'll say everyone I know has one or two reactions.
You expect it at a place like Sundance or one of the other film festivals because a lot of people that are there for the same thing you are, and I didn't really know for sure that it was really as good as people were telling me until I saw it with an audience that wasn't part of it. They were just people off the street buying tickets.
Right.
And I think that's when you really know, when they are just overwhelmed by it. And at that point I knew, this is going to do something
Mm.
forever.
Yeah, and
Probably.
I see one or two reactions to the movie. So either someone absolutely loves it, like myself, or like they tell me they couldn't finish it and turn it off. But I don't see anyone who says like, "Oh, it's all right." You know, it's either they like loved it or it's like, "No, that's not for me." But
Well, that's the thing that's good. Yeah, I mean,
I agree
because it is
100%.
different.
Yeah.
And you know, when the New York Times said it's the most what the fuck movie of the year, or maybe ever, it cracked me up. And they're right.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the kind of movie that I don't know. I think every film actor anyway wants to be in something like that. That creates that either love it or hate it attitude because you know it evokes more of a reaction than some milk toast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going to give this one like a shoulder shrug and just say, it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even the people that hated it couldn't really hate it.
Yeah.
Except for this one guy who just didn't have anything nice to say about anything.
There's a lot of that online.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's go on, Sky.
It's all right. No.
No, I was gonna say there's one line. There's a line in the movie that is like very relevant to me because when you guys are saying you're gonna go to the horror house, and that happens to me all the time. Like if I tell someone I'm going to a horror convention for the show, so often they think I'm saying horror, and they're just like what the hell is this guy doing? You know, what is that guy involved in? So I just thought that was very funny. That it was something I could really
Hey,
get.
Neil.
What kind of convention are you guys going
Right.
to?
Neil, you seem to know all the conventions, right?
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
So what's this one where they're talking about bringing us the one in Arizona too?
Yeah, Mad Monster's great. In fact, Mad
Monster?
Yeah, Mad Monster. I got sick last year, so I haven't been to a convention for a while. But we were the official podcast of Mad Monster, and I've been to a lot of them. And the guy who runs it's a great guy, and it's always a fun convention. A lot of people.
So Mad Monster's the one in South Carolina and Arizona.
Yeah. Those are they always run. Well, they normally do Charlotte, but I know they went to South Carolina this year because it got too big, and they always do that in Arizona, and sometimes they'll do other places, but those are their two main
You guys
shows
should
every
have
year.
a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah. Have either of you done a horror convention before?
No.
So I think it'll be a good time. Michael, have you?
I mean, I went to Comic-Con the first year that was happening because I lived in San Diego at the time, and somebody brought me. That was kind of fun, but
this is a lot more intimate, though. I think you guys might like this a lot.
But
I'm gonna be in one of the biggest horror movies of this year, so I'm gonna go to a lot of horror conventions.
Oh, what movie is that?
What are you in?
Called Under the Silver Lake. The guy who did It Follows.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
David Mitchell.
Good for you.
Know It Follows.
Yeah. It's a big, huge movie.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I think it won. We do an award show every year, and it won best horror movie last year, and voted by our fans.
His new film, I'm in it. It's called Under the Silver Lake with Andrew Garfield. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy. I know they don't want me to talk about the film, but I can say the name because it's out on IMDb. But wow, what a freaking script, man!
Sweet. Looking forward to that. Yeah. Well, after that comes out, Sky's going to be too big to talk to us again.
Yeah, really. I mean, he was the breakthrough artist of the year. It's at Sundance, so
it's gonna be the first and last with him. He's gonna be like, nope, don't know these guys.
Oh my God, bullshit artist!
You're
making a big mistake.
So, speaking of bullshit artists, are there any lines that you knew would get over with people, or any ones that you were surprised did, or people don't quote all the time?
The line I knew that was going to get a laugh always was the line where Elizabeth says, "I'll bet you have a large amulet," and I say, "I don't own an amulet." I just knew that to get a big response.
So you got me as the second day at Sundance, so waiting in line to get into a restaurant. This couple comes up and starts doing the hootie tootie disco cutie dance and calling each other bullshit artists for me, you know.
That's
And
awesome.
and I'm thinking, God, I gotta take a piss, damn it.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Yeah, but it was awesome.
Have you guys ever called anybody prior to this movie and in the past? Did you ever call anybody a bullshit artist?
No, I never heard the term before. Obviously, bullshit, but I've never heard of bullshit artist before.
No.
Well, I'm from Pittsburgh.
Uh-huh.
We used to call people bullshit artists all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. So I'm wondering if Jim stole that thing from me.
Hmm.
Because I call people, he's a bullshit artist. I've said that all my life, man. Pittsburgh people talk that way.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, I never heard it. That's why I like a lot of the lines, because it's like just kind of peculiar things like I'd never really heard anyone say before, so it's like its own kind of world.
Yeah.
Like even like Michael saying like "You'll be my forever love," and like it's just so bizarre that it's very funny.
Well,
In Jim's new movie, he's got a bunch of lines that you that are hilarious. That I've asked all the actors, have you ever heard that anything phrased that way? And none of them. No, we've never heard anything phrased that way.
Uh-huh.
That's hard to do, man.
Yeah, and make it work. You know, at the same, you could maybe say some line that no one's ever said before, but it doesn't mean anyone needs to hear it. But but if it works, then it's great.
Yeah, you could just throw random words together, but as long as it makes sense.
Yeah. So there's I love the pink greasy hats, by the way. I wish they were more easily obtainable. Like
we'll try to get you one.
Oh, excellent.
I'm
really?
trying to track some down.
Tim.
I'm going to be at South by Southwest. And
yeah,
Tim's
get
got a
hold of
bunch of
Tim.
them.
He may have some. Ant was the one that made those up. Ant Tom.
No, Tim
Thompson?
did. Tim did.
Oh, did he?
That was Tim.
Ah.
Tim's a marketing genius, man. No question about it.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So the end of the movie kind of leaves it up to like your interpretation, really. I think what happens to the characters. When you saw it, like, do you have any your own take on like the very end of the movie?
We come together as father and son in the most primal way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I think we're going to spend our eternity wandering through the woods, strangling people, eating ears and popping eyeballs out, roasting them over the campfire.
Yeah, they looked so happy at the end.
Yeah.
Well, we were.
Yeah.
I mean, my kid's finally come of age. He finally stood up for himself.
Mm.
And I mean, look at the way, the guy is such a wimp in the beginning.
Here's a little trivia that you'll never know. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And if SAG found out about this, they'd probably be like, "You're in violation of all the rules of SAG." You remember we killed Ricky Prickles?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You remember?
When you were
we
chasing him down?
Yeah.
And we were burying him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not you, Michael. You remember? I know that. The other guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yep.
So the funny thing is, when we're burying him, that's really Ricky Prickles in the grave, and I'm throwing dirt on his face. I said to Jim, "Jim, you really want me to throw dirt on his face?" He was like, "Yeah, bury him." I'm like, "Oh God."
He's not still there, is he?
I shoveled like 2 or 3 shovels of dirt on his face.
I've had that happen to me.
He's not still there, is he?
No.
I don't know. I thought I saw him once since then, but I'm not sure. But I used to make a living being a dead body in the film business, and I've been buried. I'm still waiting to see me get eaten by an albino alligator. I haven't been able to get that thing downloaded yet, but it's called Freshwater. Shameless self-promotion.
No, that's fine.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And another is out there too. Although I have a copy of that. The murder scene though I liked the best was the one where they started ripping my organs out and just tossing them around. But in the finished thing, I just get stabbed.
What a letdown.
Although the scene with the firing squad in this one is pretty awesome too. That's a great death scene.
Mm-hmm.
That was great, huh?
I hated that. I mean, I got this script, I'm reading it, I don't die. And I thought, finally, I get a job where I don't get killed. And the next thing I know, I'm standing in front of a firing squad, I remember one episode of X-Files where I was working second and third unit, and I was every dead body in the show.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive, I think. So we got a few questions here from the Facebook. David Chadwar, he wants to know, what was the most enjoyable scene to shoot, and what was the most difficult?
For me, the most difficult were the suit scenes.
Mm-hmm.
The most enjoyable was Dax and I making fun of my son. I love that, and I really liked running oil on Elizabeth. Yes, that was good too.
I do like the idea that you're making your own olive oil.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yes. I make it in my bedroom, extra virgin. We were almost going to market that. Tim was trying to figure out how we could do that, but we ended up with tubes of grease instead.
We'll get you one of those too.
That would be sweet. I would love
that's
that.
awesome.
What about yourself, Sky? What was the most difficult and most enjoyable scene?
Well, yeah, I agree with Michael that the suit scenes were the most difficult. No question about it. The most fun scenes, the walk on the beach was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
The scenes where we're doing the disco tours, they were fun.
Uh-huh.
All that stuff was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Location stuff. The house was terrible because it had black mold in it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So you're just filming like Real House.
Oh, yeah. It's like, that scene where I'm crawling out from under the bed. Some of the stuff that got stuck to my back was pretty gross.
That was a gross house, man.
Like, where did they find the house? Did someone own it, or?
Yeah, it's a retired. I don't know his name. He was a musician.
Mm-hmm.
Theo, I think, found that house.
Yeah.
Theo found it. He
I never saw him. He had a great record collection. And somebody said that he was, an old jazz musician.
Mm.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure he used the money to paint over the mold or something.
Vacuum under the bed, and yeah. Let's see.
Well, now he doesn't have to.
That's right. He could sell tours of the house, the Greasy Strangler house.
Yeah, really.
Erica Kaufman wants to know, how much grease is too much grease?
I haven't hit that mark yet.
Did you actually eat like a lot of sausages and stuff while you're making the movie?
I did.
Uh-huh.
It was a real Polish restaurant we were at, and those sausages were delicious.
Mm.
Oh, that's good anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good food. All that stuff was like real food that they make at that restaurant.
Nice.
So,
yeah. I went to a Polish restaurant not that long ago in Manhattan. It was very good.
which one?
I think it's just called Little Poland.
Where in the village?
I believe so, because we met. I don't know if you're familiar with like a lot of cult movies, but do you know the movie Bloodsucking Freaks? From the 70s. Well, we met Joel Reed, who directed that in the 70s, and he took us around, and that was like one of his favorite restaurants, so he took us there to eat.
Where it wasn't Velseca, was it?
I really think it was just called Little Poland.
Where was it?
I think it was in the village. I'm not really familiar with the area.
There's a Polish restaurant in the village. It's real famous called Velseca.
Maybe that's a name, because he just called it Little Poland. So maybe that's just what he calls it. You know what I mean? I'm not sure.
They have great Polish food there in Manhattan. Lots of pierogies and lots of stuff.
Yeah. It was excellent. Let's see, Andrew Yazoo's Hunter wants to know, as actors, they seem pretty much for anything. But was there any points in the movie where they thought, what the hell? And he said he loved the Greasy Strangler.
Well, several times I wondered what the fuck I was doing there.
Yeah, you guys didn't make this sound overly glamorous, you know?
Yeah. There's really not much glamour in making a movie, actually. I know.
Although we did have trailers and we could chill out, and there was good food, and there were down times on the day. You could take a break.
I used to take naps, and the people were wonderful. I mean, whatever you needed, whenever you needed it, they were busting their butts to get it there for us, and then they were loving it too, and that's a really good feeling to be in a group of people heading in the same direction. Like I said, it's like the Army, except you can go home after, and fewer people get killed.
Right.
That's always a plus.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Just Mr. Pringles was buried alive, but everyone else made it through. Yeah. How about yourself?
I loved killing people. I thought that was fun.
I'm gonna cut that line out and just use it. It's like, I love killing people. Like,
okay.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, you get to vent better that way. It's like only in the movies can I pick up people and throw them through vending machines and stuff like that.
How about yourself, Sky? Was there any, I'm sure there was a few, but any what the hell moments that stuck out to you?
What the hell? Let me think. Oh, man. Probably. You mean the times where you're like, holy shit, this is just brutal. Having the suit on was just murder. Several times I thought to myself, how did I get myself into this? It was so hard, man. It was so hot in that suit, and then it got cold, and then we had to stand in front of heaters, and then it packed up. It got all packed, and they had to put more of it on us. It was just brutal, dude.
Yeah, the stuff is sort of like cement.
And then getting off at the end of the day was just freaking.
There was one day where I think I spent about 5 or 6 hours sitting in a tent because I couldn't be outside because I had the greasy suit on, and we were in some neighborhood with kids, and people were complaining about me, and I don't know why, but so I ran around when it was nice out, and I kind of wrapped myself up in garbage bags and hung out, killing the chairs, and then they set up a tent, and I sat in there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that was just before I killed Oinker. He was my favorite victim, actually.
Why was he your favorite?
Well, I mean, you know, it was nice popping his nose off and tasting that stuff there. Little, you know, bloody snot.
Mm-hmm. It didn't seem like you really cared for it too much. You just kind of...
No, I mean, you know, I expected more.
It was kind of,
you know, and I was kind of disappointed that it's just,
you
know, bloody snot.
I'll make note of that for if it ever comes up in the future. Oh my god. Michael told me to stay away from the bloody snot, so.
Are you guys going to be at Mad Monster or whatever?
I probably won't be the one in South Carolina, but we might be at the one in Arizona.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. I really would like to. It's a great convention anyway, but it'd be great to meet you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can give us the ropes. It's my first monster convention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know?
We'll show you the way. But, you know, you'll have a good time. They do, like, karaoke at night. And everyone's always really cool, actually, at the horror conventions. Everyone's, like... seems like everyone just kind of, like, is very friendly. Both, you know, the actors and the and the people there. It's just kind of like a nice, like, community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait, man.
Yeah, everyone's very accepting and stuff. It's a good time.
They were all been great so far. I especially like Chattanooga. I was amazed at that one.
Mm-hmm.
But
so Michael mentioned, you know, seeing himself on the screen. Sky, when you first saw the movie, you know, with an audience, so what was that like experience like?
I gained weight for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize how heavy I'd gotten when I saw myself on the screen.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, so that was a little bit of a shock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you know.
Yeah. So
yeah, you really trimmed down. At least the last time I saw you, you looked a lot better. Me, on the other hand, I've been getting fat.
Really?
Yep. That's all that greasy food.
he got hooked on the Polish sausage making the movie.
Yes, and
man, the greased grapefruit. Mm-hmm.
Semi-cooked bacon that you don't drain before you eat it. That's
so when good. I was on the Jim Hosking movie, the new one, and
mm-hmm.
Craig Robinson's one of the lead guys in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like probably a week into it, he was kind of like, we didn't talk much, we didn't interact once. And he came up to me about a week into the movie and said, "Oh my God, I didn't recognize you. You're Big Brayden." And I'm like, yeah. He said, "Holy shit, did you lose a lot of weight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I had to, man." And he said he loved it. He loved the Greasy Strangler.
Awesome. Yeah.
So mission accomplished.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where did the guy who plays the hot dog vendor come from, Mel, with the pompadour?
He came from. He's a really good friend of mine, and he just passed away.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. About 2 months ago, I got a call and said Mel died. He fell over in a mall, and they couldn't revive him.
Oh, that's awful.
That's too bad. I'm sorry about that.
And then Jim was planning on having him in this movie, and it's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that everyone in the movie is very interesting looking. You know, they're all unique.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that Jim only put one woman in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one female in the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that pretty? That's pretty unique.
It definitely is. Yeah. I don't want to spoil. I'm sure people who are listening have seen it, but I do love the whole little twist near the end. Was like when you become also the Greasy Strangler, and you assume you're coming to to save her, and you
don't give it away. Don't give it away.
But I won't give it away. But it's just that's there's so many things that made me laugh, but that might be my favorite part.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I really loved it from beginning to end. Everything about it, just all the quirky characters and the lines, and just how it kind of stays too long on some scenes, which I enjoy. It makes it.
I just did some scenes in Jim's new movie with the Indian guy who did the Poto thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's cool. I saw one of his. Mm-hmm. Go on, sorry.
He's playing a role in Jim's new movie.
It seems like he uses a lot of the actors, and if he likes you, it seems like he uses you in different things. Because I just went and started watching his shorts after I heard him talk about it on the commentary track.
Yeah, he's short. You got to watch Work. Go to Vimeo and put in Work, Jim Hosking. You got to watch that short. It's one of his first ones. It's hilarious.
All right, yeah. It seems like it's definitely the kind of humor that I enjoy. So I like.
I like the one he did in the pub with the guy with the mustache.
Is that Renegades?
No.
That was.
I don't know what it is actually. I just saw a piece of it.
Bravado. Bravado.
Maybe, I don't know.
He did it. He did a three episode like a little mini series for England, for TV in England, and it's hilarious. It's called Bravado.
But it was really every time I've seen any of his stuff, I want to see more.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so pissed that I wasn't in that damn thing.
That's too bad. So, what's the difference between the theatrical version and the Blu-ray that's the director's cut? I don't know if either of you know.
I don't think
because I don't have a Blu-ray player, but they sent me a Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
There's added stuff, like some kind of added features, like commentary and things like that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think there's any difference in the film itself.
They're supposed to be sending me a DVD, and I'll be able to see if there's anything more there.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I enjoyed the commentary track. It was very fun.
Hey, Neil.
I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, I do too. What's Sky?
Hey, Neil.
Yes.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, we'll let you guys both go. We want to thank you both for coming on. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you at the Mad Monster, man.
Definitely, yeah, and I hope that we'll definitely talk to you guys again.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, man. Thanks for everything here.
Thank you guys both for coming on. It's been awesome. Really
be good or don't get caught.
All right. See you guys.
Talk to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Alan Troutman, and you are listening to WithoutYourHead.com. I don't know how you can listen without your head, but there you are.